Hello YouTube, and welcome back to Cage of Shadows and episode 18 of Let's Play Shadowrun Hong Kong. Okay, last time we left it, we done lots of chatting to the crew. Well, I say the crew to Gobbet, just trying to get her backstory mission. Not much luck. What I'm going to do is go and ask about the dreams and stuff to this nice little mage vendor. See what she has to say. Before I do that, I do want to say that I took a couple of days off from actually playing the game, and I've been playing around with the editor. You know, it's interesting. It's mostly working okay. We've lost Dead Man's Switch and Dragonfall Music at the moment, as it currently stands. So there's lots of people emailing Harebrained Schemes saying, give us the actual iconic Shadowrun music back and not this oriental flavoured stuff instead. Some people like it, some people they don't. But yeah, so I've also come into the save file and using the debug menu had a good play around with the cyberware options because I'm not gonna get enough cash to explore them in this playthrough, and they are pretty damn awesome. One of there's the platelet factory, which in the pen and paper just reduces damage a bit, whereas this one it acts as the heal spell for yourself, so it heals your all the damage from your last wound, and has a 2-round cooldown, which is immense. There's also like cerebral boosters that give you intelligence and decking. You can get a second arm like I've got, and my arm the second arm also then changes to a cyber arm, and it stacks. You could spend, I think, virtually all your character. I think people are saying on the forums you can earn about 35,000 in total if you make the most amount of money. And I don't think that's enough to buy all the top end cyberware for basically a a street samurai. Yeah, you could easily spend more than that, I reckon. So fantastic, but not going to get a chance to do that, which is a real shame. So quite disappointing actually. So yeah, not sure. Hello, back so soon. Tell me what you need and I'll see what I can do. You look dog tired, feeling alright. Blah blah blah. Okay, I've already asked this, so let's just skip this. Just don't work yourself to death. Copy those notes. Already a step ahead of you. I just finished diligently transcribing the information. I'll send it your way. She looks around as soon as I found my terminal. Thanks, Crafty. You're welcome. Expect them soon. I'll let you get back to it. Okay, so nothing new, but she's going to send me the notes on her mother's journals about the bad chi emanating from Kowloon. Actually, I'm just gonna. I also had a look at, again, when I was on debug mode, I thought I'd have a look at all the different outfits, and to be honest, I kind of like this one that I've got. The top tier Decker one's okay, and that's about it. The actual combat armors they look mil spec. You know, not so interesting. For a Decker, they're really heavy armors now. They do not look subtle. Guide you. Did you grow up in a corporation? Yes, in Kanesha. The Kyoto Osaka Kobe sprawl. Blah, that's popular in Neo Tokyo, but not by much. I grew up in East Kobe. My father was posted in the Miraku complex. Oh, I'm gonna burp, sorry. Gaishu roots around in the nearby box. Render's fingertips over several chips before deciding on one. He slots into his PDA and a trid photo flickers to life in the space between you. A young man, obviously Gaishu, leans against a railing which overlooks a sprawling harbour complex of skyscrapers and cranes. His school uniform is ripped and the beginnings of a black eye are forming. Abrasions cover his knuckles and blood dots his pants. Despite this, he's grinning like he's just won the lottery. Vibrant face. Look a little beat up. That must be your mayor. If I remember right, I gave better than I got in that fight. 3 against 1, but they were all out of shape and cocky. I used to cause a lot of trouble when I was in school. My father was constantly raging that I had no sense of responsibility and that I needed to take life more seriously. A crackle erupts from Gaichu's lips. Sudden mirth spread across his face. The final straw was when he bailed me out of jail. That would have tried Raymond's patience too. That is the curse of fathers everywhere. To see their children give them ulcers, especially true for high-strung Therian ones like Yashiro. My friends and I sold a delivery van and a shipment of Shiaway Simpsons decks. Brand new, very expensive. We were going to fence them and use the money to take a trip to Okinawa. Gaichu pauses, cognitive and says, "Are you familiar with what it's like growing up in a corporate family?" Not a clue. You have to understand, children are trained to hate rival corporations. We did not regard a theft of Shiaway's goods as illegal. We're simply doing our part to ensure Renroku's supremacy. This kind of behaviour is ignored and even tactically encouraged by company media. Unfortunately, we were caught by Shiaway's security, not Renroku. I think your father approved him secretly. I doubt it very much. For him, the activity was not the issue. It was that I was caught and embarrassed, both the company and him. He's very much a man who believes that there is a proper way to do things, and I had one that can cut corners. What do you do next? Gaichu collects his tongue a few times, reluctant to continue. This is a story for another time, unfortunately. I have a lot of arranged to do, and I doubt anyone else will be willing to be alone with me in a darkened room. Come back later, we can discuss it further. Okay, that's what you want. It is, and thank you again for your hospitality. There we go. I spoke to Gaichu a bit more. Come on, let's just get Gobbet's one. Give me some text, Gobbet. Uh-oh. Here we go. She's gone, Cage. I don't know where she ran off to, but it looks upset. She said she sank about friends in trouble, then left. By the time I could disconnect from the octopus, she was on her way out of town. She must have gone back to the stinking ship. I don't like the sound of that. She tell you what went down? She tell you what went down out there all those years ago? A bit, yeah. She said she thought it was nothing, though. She turns her back and begins grabbing her gear. Well, apparently she's changed her mind, so we better get going and get her, haven't we? Let's do it. I'm going to arrange transport out of Hongmo Bay. You meet me at the docks when you're ready. Cool. No, how actually got to take Izzy then, it looks like. Because I don't have Ratchet as a backup because I never recruited him. Talking to colleagues at work, supposedly Ratchet and his drone are a bit of a badass. But, oh well. We'll never find out that one. Run, 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 run. There's the captain. Jomo stands at the edge of the dock, smoking a hand-rolled cigarette as he stares up the river. As you approach, he lifts a hand in greeting. Ho there! Come to admire the river with Jomo. A bottle of Beiju we can share. Not right now, I need a favour. What favour can Jomo do for you? You need a body dumped at sea? I can do it fast, no one will see. Maybe we need to hide some cargo at the beach. Make a map with X marks the spot. The captain bursts into hearty laughter, slapping his son. And you take me to the stinking ship. Ah, easy lad. I know exactly where that heap of junk is. Lead the way then. Oh, you can only take Izzy. That's interesting. Confirm. Can't do anything else, so. Tally-ho! We have a mission. The sinking ship. Homon Bay. Captain Jomo converts his speedboat, chops through the rough water like a cleaver through chicken bones, launching you skyward with every wave that hits. Your destination, the sinking ship, Gobbet's former home. The Orc pirate laughs and opens the throttle. Wind and rain lash against your face as the floating amalgamation of shipping containers grows larger. You see that it's stacked at least 3 containers deep, and an elegant brick of conjugated weather and steel. An assortment of pontoons, buoys, and other flotation devices have been lashed to the base of the raft to prevent it from tipping. You don't know what's happening here or why Gobbet felt the need to face it alone, but one or another you're about to find out. This is gonna hurt. She's got some meds, so I'm gonna have some meds. Oh, I need to sell that piece of crap. Confirm. I don't have Choppy Gaichu. What am I going to do? I think bringing a ghoul to this would have been perfect. The scramble at the side of the sinking ship was treacherous. You hauled yourself up over the edge with your heart hammering in your chest. I'm an experienced Shadowrunner with like quickness 7. I could ballet dance up that. clawing you against the wind and driving rain. Walking on the service deck isn't much better. The steel that you're standing on is slick, sheeted with water from the rainstorm that hammers down from above. Every time you shift your weight, you can feel your feet begin to slide. There's no safety rails in sight. A slip, a rogue wave, it wouldn't take much to send you screaming over the edge of the raft into the dark water below. This thing is a wreck. Isabel gingerly prods at the rusted section of the container that you're standing on with a boot. It depresses easily with entirely too much give. I can't believe that Gobbet ever chose to live here. What you expect? You've seen a cabin in the bolt hole. Oh, that's fair. This is worse though. At least her cabin isn't falling apart. Truth is, what we're seeing here doesn't even fit. The lady in charge of this thing, Melinda, or whatever her name was supposed to be some sort of control freak. And Gobbet always talked to pal Cad was a top quality repair guy. She prods the patch for us again, frowning. This looks like in good repair to you? No. Okay, I'm trying to say it's no guarantee that those two are even in chat. A sudden gust of wind buffets you, sending you sliding. Isabel drops to a crouch, clinging to the metal, glove hands to keep herself from slipping. She looks up, locks her dark eyes. We should get moving. It's dangerous up here and my gear is getting soaked. Okay, let's find Gobbet and make sure she's okay. Investigate discernment to get below deck. Devil rats, don't let them bite you. Oh, that didn't last fucking long, did it? Oh, I got some support at least. What the hell? Steady shots. Oh, this is her pistol. Increase accuracy by 30% and... she's got a 14 damage pistol. And she hits pretty well with it against these fuckers. Oh, by the way, then she has a grenade launcher. Go that way. Oh crap, that hit me. I don't really want to double tap that fucker. Izzy! Boom! That was easy. Maybe I should take Izzy more often. That grenade launcher seems damn effective. Got the bastards. That's nice. Come join us by the farm and get warm. Alright. What the feck's... The motherfucker looks like she hasn't seen a bar of soap in weeks. Her companion doesn't look it much better. The face is streaked with soot and grime that the rain seems impotent to wash away. Glad to see you made it through in one piece. Woman smiles at you, revealing a set of crooked teeth. Please, come stand by the fire and get warm. Yeah, sure. Thanks for your hospitality. Of course, we don't get strangers here often, and it's far too much what I had to see any strangers come through recently? Afraid not. You're the first outside to visit our little raft in months. I hope that doesn't... You could say we could really use the help. Oh, we aren't here to looking for a friend. I see. Her voice is here. Tell me your friend's name, maybe I can help. Gobbet. Her name's Gobbet. Gobbet? Nope, sorry, I don't think I know anybody by that name. Let's see what dropping those names. I know Mal and Cad. Never heard of your friend though, sorry. Maybe you've seen her and you just didn't realise it. She's an orc, a little older than me. She's got a shaved scalp and dreadlocks. No, sorry, but your friend hasn't been here. Truth be told, you're the first bit we've seen him on. Yep, she's sunshine, probably always will be. Oh, it doesn't look like she's doing a great job at it. She smiles through with outbursts. That's a great woman. She organises helps us keep... The entire raft would slip beneath the waves long time it wasn't for her. Patrick lips his lip, nods wide-eyed. As long as we have her to guide us, we'll pull you through. Why don't you follow us? We'll take you to her. Lead the way then. The hatch is down the other way. We'll show you down. Right. I don't trust this in the slightest. A channel of fast-moving water cuts across the platform, separating it from the access hatch to the edge of the raft. Damn thing has flooded again. She slams her heel on the deck, her face flushing red. Again, we just fixed the pumps last week. Well, isn't that much more treacherous than walking on the deck, is it? You probably just wade through. Isabel cuts him off. The floor is angled downward here, Cage. It's sloping towards the edge. We can barely keep our foot in where it's flat. Trying to cross that gap on foot would be suicide. Something else to get across. Maybe there are other locals up here who can help. It couldn't hurt to look. One or another, we've got to find a way across this thing. One that doesn't involve crossing on foot. Pump machinery. Before you sits there, a very worn and very non-functional water pump, an ancient hose. Looks pretty busted. Maybe we could fix it with some of the junk. Let's examine the pump mechanisms. Intelligence 7. Bollocks. That's pretty damn high. Upon closer inspection, you can see the pump suffers from clear signs of neglect. Years in constant use and deferred maintenance have taken a toll on the machine. Blah 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 blah. Isabel. Afraid not. If it were a computer, I could probably something with it, but I'm not a mechanic. We'd find over a fuse, I could slot it in. Everything else you're on your own. How much XP I've got? Nowhere near enough to get my rank 5 intelligence up. One of the locals looks up from the sound of your approach. The others remain huddled around the low fire, their backs hunched against the pelting rain. You need something, boy? If not, shove off. This fire's taken. Blew a fuse, and I can get a new one. Maybe. Could be a new fuse anywhere up here. We tend to throw things like that. We tend not to throw things away like that. Check the piles. There were bits and bobs usually wind up. I'd watch my hands if I were you, though. Rats must have been known to hide in those piles. He's right. You might get them chewed off if you're not careful. Doubt it. We must keep to ourselves. She's a new arrival, an orc. About my age, calls herself Gobbet. Never heard of her. Well, yeah, but if you want to talk to her, you're going to have to go down below. The boss lady stays down there, but by the water line. I'd stay away if I were you, though. Why? Just do yourself a favour and do as he says, girl. In fact, do us all a favour and get back on that trash heap you floating on. I promise you'll be happier. I want you to tell me what's going on here. It's raining. That wasn't what you meant. Tell us about the devil rats. Strange things happen here ever since the beginning, but yeah, things are odder than usual lately. Those damn rats are a big part of it. All the people who've been getting sick, I've considered packing up and moving away, but I've got nowhere place to go. Been here for about 5 years now, and everyone I care about lives here. That's rough, so I say. Great. If you're smart, you won't stop. So let me guess. Random combat? Come on. Two beady eyes. How am I not flanking that? That's nice. I like the boy. Oh, that's nice. Replace blown fuse. Boom. Look at that animation go! I don't like the models for these devil rats though. They do remind me of Fallout 2 and the mole rats and the giant rats you get. Oh, please come near me. Isabel, time for your grenade launcher. Boom. Boom. Aim. Done. Done. That was easy. I like it when the enemies group up for AoEs. That grenade launcher's nasty. I want to buy one for my next character. Right, upon descending the ladder you find yourself in the cramped confines of a shipping container. Interior walls have been erected of corrugated aluminium and doors have been cut out to allow passage from compartment to compartment. The air down here is ripe with the odour of rotting garbage. Sorry about the state of the place, the rats have kept our work crews too busy to worry about hauling the garbage. It's a good thing that you ran into us, you wouldn't have had much luck finding Mal on your own. Take me to Mal. Follow us. Okay, come on. Can I move yet? No, they're locked while they move. One of the problems of the game engine. Inspect. Notice, due to recent weather issues, only 3 people allowed on top deck at a time. Aren't you naughty then? Right, I have no idea where they went. So let's just explore. Local inhabitant. Middle-aged woman with slouching posture stands with her back to the reinforced door. With a languid motion, she turns her head to stare at you. New folks, I'll be down. The hell are you doing here? Looking for a friend of ours. Maybe you've seen her? Nope, ain't seen your friend. Sorry. You don't even know who our friend looks like yet. How can you say for sure you haven't seen her? No one's come down here today but you. Not a soul. Didn't see anyone yesterday either. I can't remember much past then. Bad memory. Can't do... What's behind the door there? Storage closet. Nothing worthwhile in there. Don't even know why we're here standing. They have me standing watching over it. Those are the rules. Christmas. If there's nothing worthwhile in there, it couldn't hurt to have a look. Could it? I guess it couldn't be. I mean, you can't still know it, can you? So how about it? Open the door for us? Here you go. Knock yourself out. Yeah, that doesn't bode well, does it? Hello. That's not so good. The woman standing in the guard duty nodding. Strangers, you picked a bad time to come visit. And aren't you a terrible door guard, or aren't you looking out for a or aren't you looking out for gun-toting strangers? We aren't visiting, we're looking for a friend. Looking for a friend. Then you're out of luck. I haven't seen anyone from outside of quarantine in weeks. You want to talk to someone? Talk to the dwarf. I'm busy. She hefts a weapon, her eyes glued to the door. I need to keep my eyes open for more of those little bastards. We can't let anyone sneak in here. That's what happened to Simon. Best of luck. Stocky dwarf leans against the wall of the container. His skin is shallow and it hangs off his bulky frame like half-deflated balloon. You saw plenty of sick people back in the Barrens, addicts, BLT heads, people whose immune systems have been ravaged by disease. The guy looks worse. Hello stranger, don't see many new faces on the raft these days, but you're here, so you want something now. Dwarves do not have pointed ears. Whoever was in charge of the art direction now must have a session with elves, because orcs now have pointed ears and look like elves. Elves look like elves, and dwarf mugshots look like elves. Come off it. We're friends of Gobbet, seen her around. Friend, if you're looking for Gobbet, you're about 3 years too late. Your friend ain't here, and you've stumbled into the worst kind of place to be lost. Lately? Nope, haven't seen that girl in years. I'd love to, mind you. She was a good friend way back when. What's wrong with this place? Aside from uninvited guests, you mean we've got a rat problem? We've noticed. Don't know what's happened to me happened to you too. You want my advice? You get out of here and you do it before you get bit. If you don't, you might just wind up on your deathbed here. We'll leave you in peace. Should happen to meet Gobbet, bring her by. I haven't seen her in a long time. It'd do me good to talk to her again before I die of this damn disease. Nice. Oh, hang on. So it's heavily reinforced and barricaded. Okay. Well, I found those two anyway. Some tags, they seem relatively fresh. Behind this door. Ship inhabitant. The man standing before you looks cleaner than most of the other squatters. There are no streaks of grease on his cheeks. He leers at you approach. Well, what have you here? Strangers on a humble raft exploring her leaky bows. The man grins, revealing a cavernous gap in his teeth. He hifts a sniffler brimming with cognac in salute. Welcome to Sinking Ship. Now tell me what you want. Look for a friend of ours. Oh, and she ran away from you, did she? Ran all the way here to our little place on the water. Have you seen her or haven't you? Distant little thing, aren't you? No, I haven't seen your runaway friend. but if I do run into her, I'll let her know you're looking. Who are you? You may address me as Mercurio, at your service. What do you do on the raft? A bit of this, a bit of that. I'm an artist, or rather I used to be. Artist, social, and a man of town. By town I mean raft. Now, I mostly find myself shut away here, on the sinking ship upper deck. I've been fresting away here for months, desperately clinging to the fine things in life. Quite a tale of woe. So what you're saying is you're basically useless. I wouldn't expect you to understand. You're a street level operative, no? Blue collar work, the termite to my social butterfly. We're different creatures, you and I. Speaking of blue collar work, I have something here that might interest you. Would you like to see it? That depends on what it is. It's just a data pad, nothing sinister. It belonged to the maintenance tech that I once knew. I have no idea what happened to her, but she hasn't been seen in weeks. Why are you giving it to us? To earn your favour. You'll come to sinking ship rather well armed after all. I'd rather ingratiate myself to you now before the bullets start flying. Oh, thank you. Anytime. I wasn't using the thing anyway. The schematics on the device are all quite arcane to me. Walk away. Random. A slender human woman in shabby overalls looks up from work with a frown. Can't help but notice scars on her neck. Do I know you? What are you doing on this raft? We're looking for a friend of ours. She's an orc man. 19, goes by the name of Gobbet. Gobbet, I haven't seen her for years. You've got the wrong raft. Now, unless there's anything else. Heading close encounter with the rats? Yeah. Don't go downstairs unless you absolutely have to. The lower deck's absolutely crawling with things. Bye. Don't care who you are. I'm not interested. What's that? Terminal. Water drips from the leak to the ceiling to splatter against the case of the ancient terminal. It's a miracle. A blinking green cursor. Access. Oh my god. No, can't be asked. Sorry guys, I know this is part of the game, but there's just been too much text. And I would like to do something. It's just up this way, through the door here. As you approach, something catches your eye. A vent in the wall behind the locals. Movement. Something living must be hidden inside. Behind you, more devil rats. Panic stricken, they begin to turn their weapons raised. There's a flurry of motion as something large explodes out the vent. Gobbet lands in a crouch. Don't go in there, it's a trap. Kaboom. The blooded local tosses her guns aside and raises a pair of trembling hands. Her eyes have gone wide with terror. So I'm sorry, we didn't want to do it. We didn't have a choice. She orders it. What it? What are you talking about? Explain yourselves. I don't know what it is. It talks with Mal's voice, but it isn't her. Helpless tears stream down her cheeks. If you want to live, you have to do what it says. I'm going to let you live. Don't make me regret it. The squatter collapses against the wall, sobbing. Gobbet dusts herself and paces towards you. There he is. Hey, Seattle. Don't remember inviting you on this run, but I guess that I'm glad you can make it. She jerks her head towards the squatter's ruined body. You're welcome, by the way. Want to tell me what the hell is going on here? We just shot some locals, but don't worry, they were bad people. I'll take your word for it. What were you saying about a trap? Yeah, that's where they were leading you. I didn't want to see that happen, so I came in right into your rescue. She puts her hand on her hips and widens her stance. A picture-perfect example of classic superhero pose. You are again welcome. Muttering under her breath, Ivor steps forward. Gobbet, tell us what kind of trap you're talking about. The kind where you end up dead. Look, I don't know exactly what they were planning to do, but I've seen them lead people through those doors before. She gestures towards the heavy doors. The people who I watched go in never come out back again, not a one. They just scream and scream. When the doors open again, they be gone. So you don't actually know what's back there. No, but judging by the screaming, I'm going to make an educated guess it's probably something bad. There's a long awkward pause. Finally, Izzy steps up. So now we're back together. Do you want to tell us why you came back here by yourself? We'd have gone with you, but what we had to do was tell us. She raised her hand. Yeah, I know, but I figured this was on me and I didn't want to wait another minute. Besides, I had a plan. And what kind of plan was that? Pretty simple one. All I wanted to do was get the lay of the land, sneak around a little, maybe find my old friends and get some answers. I didn't come here to get into a firefight. And it's easier to be quite solo than it would be dragging you two around, no offence. So you've scoped this place out, fine, mission accomplished. What do you want? What do you do? Do you know what you're doing now? Yeah, the place is fucked. I'm going to sink it. Wait a second, what? The sinking ship is doomed, Seattle. I can feel that the second I set foot on board. earlier than that even. On some level I think I could feel it back home, that's why I couldn't stop thinking about the place. Whatever's happened here, it's wrong. The whole place feels off to me somehow, maybe even toxic. Oh, balls. I came back to find my friends, Cad and Mal, to check on them. Instead, I found a swarm of man-eating rats, a death trap, and a bunch of squatters who seem intent on killing me. The tone becomes brisk, so I'm going to kill them right back. And I'm going to use the scuttling charges that are still embedded in the hole to do that. I've already handled the ones on this level, but I haven't gone down below yet. We need to activate the charges below the waterline if it's going to bring the sucker down. And so that's where you're heading next, downward? Not quite, on account of the trap. I don't know how to get past it. Minor setback, right? So my next step was to figure out that. Makes sense to me. Time to go and ask some pointed questions then. She nods. Somebody on this level must know how to get past that thing. I put money on Cad knowing, if we can find him. He was always more of a mechanic than he was a shaman. All low decks are off limits. What's the bet he's a dwarf? Because I didn't ask him. Sick dwarf! Dwarf milky eyes trace his approach. A wave of recognition washed over his face, but his movements remained lethargic. Eventually he managed to few out words. Gobbet, back after all this time. Yeah, sorry it's taken so long. Gobbet says that dwarf wide-eyed. It's good to see you again, Cad. Yeah, figured that one out. Go tell me about it. How are you feeling? Perfect, thanks for asking. He struggles to contain a burst of coughing. I mean, I'm dying and my home has gone to shit and we're probably going to sink into the bay, but otherwise I'm great. With what effort, he focuses. Welcome home, girl. Been a long time. Cad, I... Save it. I'm not mad. I'm mostly just happy to hear your voice again. It's good to have a friend. Tell us what's happening here. Bad things. A lot of people died. Something got rotten on this raft, Gobbet. You know what I mean. Toxic. Yeah, I could feel it too. I could feel it all the way back home. Cad, where are our friends? What happened to Yasmin and Asen and Mal? Anson's dead. He never made it into the sick room, just disappeared. But I know where he went. He stabs a finger downwards at the floor. Yasmin's still with us. Still small favours, right? But the fight has gone out of her. She's content to do what she's told and tremble. Mal ain't Mal anymore. What is she? I don't know what it is, but it's definitely toxic. But as for what it is, his voice travels off. Cad stares. Mal went off the rails because of that damn bauble that he gave her. That's what happened, isn't it? It ain't her, Gobbet, it's something else. He struggles to contain another coughing fit. But yeah, that skinny red egg that you and Sue lifted is the cause of it, I think. The ugliness was already inside of her, but that thing brought it out. She squeezed her eyes shut. Shit. It isn't your fault, Gobbet. You had to stop the unit. I know, Seattle. I did what I had to do, no regrets, but I'm pretty fucking angry about what happened afterwards. You and me both, kid. As I'm angry as I've been and twice as frightened. It's just he uses deep bronchial coughs rack his body. With a grimace of distaste, he spits out a wad of bloody phlegm. You haven't seen what happened to Mal, what she's become. You need rest. We should put this on hold and raise the hand. Got no time to rest, and you need to hear this, what we're up against. You ever heard of a rat king? It's an old folk tale. A bunch of rats all fused together. Their tails all wrapped and twisted into a great big knot. That's what Mal has become. I don't know how many different spirits she's tied to her essence, but last time I opened my third eye to her, I couldn't see where they ended she began. What does that even mean if I never heard of her? It means that she ain't human anymore, girl. Her aura is bound to the other things, alien things, all tangled and twisted and grown together. They're all one being now, a rat king. It talks like Mal, but it ain't her anymore. So the rat king's still human, physically speaking? Don't know. Heard rumours that Mal's meat body is changing too. Haven't seen it myself, don't know if I want to. Talisman, how does it work? Nah, I tried sensing it once. The only thing that I could take away from the experience was a migraine. I felt like there were railway spikes buried behind my eyes for days. I'll tell you that it still works. As long as the rat king connects to that thing, you can't hurt it. Any holes that you put in its body will close up on their own. So what we do against it. If the bubble makes that thing unkillable, then you're going to need to find a way to get that bubble away from it. Gobbet managed to do that during the Sinners Rebellion. I bet she can manage it again. There's trapped at the end of the hall. Yeah, me and my crew built that thing. Let me guess. Mal's orders? He nods. First thing she asked to do after Sue's little rebellion, we started work on the thing the week after you left. Yasmin was in charge of the project. Can you tell us how to get past it? No, but Yaz can. She should be somewhere on this level. Go find her and tell her I sent you. We will. Thanks, Cad. Don't mention it. Do you try to fight the Rat King? Yeah, I'd had enough, lots of sad, so he took a page from old Sue's book. We mutinied. He gestured at the rice-sim bodies on the cots. That's what left our side. Been locked in here for 5 days now, waiting for Vitas to finish it off. The rest of us got fed to the rats. Didn't seem to go gone very well. No, it didn't. Truth is, we weren't prepared for how many of those bastard rats Mal had bred, and we weren't expecting our shipmates to fight on her behalf. Why would the others stop you from taking the ship back? That doesn't even make sense. What do you think, girl? Fear. Fear of death. Fear of being gnawed apart by 100 vermin. Fear of that thing. They're not brainwashed, just afraid. Scared shitless is a better way of putting it. And I can't blame them. If anything, we're the crazy ones for trying to fight. If the Rat King's soldiers only say it because they're afraid, makes them turn it away. Could do. Might rally around someone they know. Maybe someone who lived and fought from years ago. That was a subtle hint, girl. I've got a better idea. We're going to get you and your people off on light boats, then we're sending this raft to the bottom of the bay, and the Rat King going with it. You can't mean that. This is our home. We've got nowhere else to go, Gobbet. I am not going to let this thing force us to put this raft to the torch. You've already tried it your way. Look what happened. Maybe it's good that you leave this place. I've lived in a place like this before. I've seen what it can do to people. She grew up in the walled city, Cad. Then she knows what we've got to look forward to if we sink this raft, because we sure as hell can't afford to live anywhere else. Keynes' next look at Gobbet, plead in desperation. Gobbet, listen, it isn't too late for the sinking ship. We can still turn the thing around. My mutiny failed because the Rat King knew things that we didn't. Yours can succeed if you try. My gut says that we should sink the raft. It's said that from the moment I arrived here. That's what Rat wants me to do, so that's what I'm gonna do. We're sinking this thing. You and your people just have to take your chance on land. I can't stop you. I'm too weak and I don't have the people, so if you attempt to do this, then I guess it's gonna happen, but I'm disappointed. If you prefer, we could just leave. Go ahead if you want. I came in to put an end to this, and I'm going to. Cad, I need you to gather your people and get them ready to run. Can you do that? Yeah, I can. The runners who put the scuttling charges on the raft also installed a shipboard alarm system. I'll need you to trigger it when the charges are going hot. That'll let us know we need to abandon ship. Why not just leave now? Because that tipped the Rat King off. If we were to start running now, I think it'd notice. I don't like what you're doing, but I'm not going to sabotage you. If you won't help us retake the ship, it's better than nobody have it. We'll sound the alarm before we set the charges. Thanks, Cad. I'm not doing this for you, I'm doing it for my friends. Go on, get out of here. I've got an evacuation to plan. Do you think the big orc or the haunted looking human? The haunted looking human had tech. Gobbet, you're back. Hi Yaz, it's good to see you again. Yeah, you too. Where the hell have you been all these years? On a different boat, funny enough. Yaz, I'm a little out of the loop. What's going on? Could you do me a solid and fill us in? Yeah, we're not supposed to talk about it, but I'll let you know what. We're talking about the ship, Yaz. We need you. Bang. Yeah, that was me. I didn't want to build the thing, but I did it to help Mal, to keep us safe. I regret it ever since. We could use your help, Yaz. We need to get below decks. We need to do it in one piece. Can you help us get past that trap you built? I think so. It's been a long time, but I think I remember what wise you need to snip to some that thing. She fumbles at a nearby table, grabs a napkin, then blah blah blah. There's a hidden access panel on the floor. You never find it if you didn't know where to look. You snip these wires here and this one here, bypass the circuit, and then flip this lever. Do that and you're done. The trapdoor won't trigger and you won't get dumped into the killing pit. Killing pit? She passed the napkin. It's pretty much what you expect. Thanks, Yaz. You don't know how badly we need this. I can guess Kaz sent you to me after all. Best of luck. Taking the ship. No. I want to see what happened last time you didn't have me here. We're going to kill the monster that stole Mav. Got my word on it. She says, Gobbet, hard and long. Finally, Alright, Gobbet. I'm terrified. I'm no fighter. If I keep the ship afloat, but whatever I can do, I help. You'll be okay, as I promise. Circle up with your brother. I'm sending everyone we can convince to help to meet with him in the sick room. He'll tell you what to do from there. Who are you? Squash in need of immediate medical attention. Torso gory mess. An ever-expanding pool at her feet. Tells you that she's on the way to bleeding out. Wow, Biotech 7. Gobbet, can you take care of this? She hooks her hands into claws and raises them. Strange energies already on it. Power Gobbet's magic washes over her easing the hold on the abdomen. Gradually her eyes focus and the colour returns to her cheeks. Shakily extends a hand in greeting. I don't know who you are, strangers, but you just saved my life. If ever can return the favour, you let me know. How'd you get shot? I was part of the last mutiny attempt, made it through alright, but I guess I also made some enemies. I don't know who shot me, but it's a fair bet that someone on the boat is holding a grudge. What's your name? Liara Lamb. My friends call me Sparrow. Good to meet you, Sparrow. Better luck for me than I met you if I hadn't. We're taking back the ship because you use your help. I want to help, I do, but I can't do much without supplies. I'll make you a deal. If you hook me up with some medical supplies, I'll join your mutiny. Give her a medkit. Deal's a deal, and I have to be paid. When you make your move in the Rat King, I'll be there to help. Good. Head to quarantine area and meet up with Cad. He'll let you know what to do. The holes in the wall were caused by large caliber bullets, much bigger than you need for something the size to kill a devil rat. That doesn't bode well. Some tags. I sod it. Right. Let's rock on down. Trap mechanism. Gobbet surveys the room. Produce the napkin. There you go, Sato, you know what to do. Let's hope he has noticed the stuff. That's a good sign. Follow Yasmin's instructions. Boom. Well, that was easy. Go on, Sato, you take the lead. Gee, thanks. And down we go. And that'd be the killing room. Stepping in this room is like wading into the killing floor of a slaughterhouse. There isn't an inch of ground that isn't caked with spilled blood. The stench that floods into your nostrils is overwhelming as vile. The stench of rotten beef and stale vomit, of warm blood poured into the chemical toilet and left out in the sun to cook. The buzzing of flies in your ears helps bring you back to your senses. Blinking against the light, you see stacks of mouldering trash piled heavily into the ceiling. Nearly to the ceiling, the piles of dead bodies are stacked nearly as high. Focus on the bodies. None of these people died cleanly, not one. One or another, each carcass has been ripped apart. The end result, another fresh corpse. Gobbet's jaw drops, but not Simon. Oh rat, know this. Gobbet gasps for a way to finish her thought. She doesn't find. Sorry, Gobbet. I know these were your friends. A lot of them were. Some I didn't know. They all deserve better than this. I think I can see one of the sculling charges that need to activate. Think you can arm it is? Not from here, no, but I can disable the safety on it. Is there a difference? Saving the mechanical safeties on the bomb is just the first step. After we've done that, we'll need to reroute power from the raft to the bomb to arm them. I have to jack into whatever matrix server they have on this thing to do that. Huh. Guess everything that came along after all. Upwards towards the ceiling. I removed the safeties on the bomb to the stairs. They're already to be armed. I'll leave the rest to you. You know what we've got to do. Scotland charge. Scotland charge. Scotland charge. Don't know. Before we explore this second lower deck, guys, it's about time to draw this episode to a close. So until next time, I'll catch you later. Ciao.